Hey, we running a little late, but you know what it is. It's the Urban Conservative Podcast starting right about now.
Do you like NASCAR? Do you like a tribe called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like manwich and nachos? Well, then you love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like guns? Do you like butter? Well, you're gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Yo, what's good, son? You like pit bulls, say? You like solving Sudoku puzzles? Then you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Hey, buddy, if your car making a sound like this, you might want to get you some power steering fluid and check out the Urban Conservative Podcast.
Are you repulsed by the idea of drag queen story time at your local library, but enjoy Carol Baskin TikTok memes? Then you would enjoy the Urban Conservative.
Do you want to slap your boss and then go home and make yourself some golden brown pancakes covered in butter and freshly made warm boysenberry syrup? Then you'll love the Urban Conservative.
If you're a little over Cardi B and you're repulsed by the thought of hog maw, check out the Urban Conservative. You ready? If you think the earth is flat and always on that weird side of YouTube, check out the Urban Conservative. They'll set you straight.
If you're in a chasing dopey and you love salad fishing festival, check out the Urban Conservative.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday night. We running a little late. It's about an hour behind, but welcome to the Urban Conservative Podcast. I'm Abdul Ali. Shouts out to my twin brother, Raheem, Architect Soto. Shouts out to Raheem, Soto, and Jada, and Heather, and everybody. They're down at Disney right now, which is why I'm on the screen solo. So shouts out to everybody enjoying Disney right now. But ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, please jump on over to tuconservative.com. Get yourself a membership. It's still only $10 a year. For that, you get access to exclusive content. You get the heads up when we do events in your neighborhood, and you get our special blog channel. And you'll also get a perfectly, wonderfully curated news feed to keep you informed and not just indoctrinated as other platforms try to do. I also want to give a big up to our homeboy, Ari Case, and everybody over at Case Technologies. If you're in the IT space, great place for you to check out how to get into that if you have young people that want to get involved in IT. So first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a big shout out to all of our Cabarrus County commissioners. I had the fun of going to the swearing in tonight. We've got 3 county commissioners, all Republicans. So big up to Lynn Shue, Kenny Wertman, and Chris Meismer for making it onto the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners. A lot of great things going on there. And big ups to everybody that came out to support that swearing in tonight. I also want to give a big up to everybody in Mecklenburg County. Shouts out to the chairwoman there, Sarah Reedy Jones. After I swearing in and before this show, I jumped over to Mecklenburg County, show them some love at their Christmas party. But folks, we got a crazy bunch of stuff going on here in North Carolina right now. I got to give a big heartfelt shout out to all of the people in Moore County. Right now, from what I just read, about 55% of Moore County is still out of power. So let me give you the backdrop. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a drag show going on in Moore County. Emily Grace and some folks are going to get out there and protest that. From what I understand, about an hour into this drag show, which they were not letting children in, thank God, which I don't even understand how you can have like drag queen story hour at the library. I never understood at what point it was okay to have kids at a drag show, but not the point. I'll even say this: it was a little bugged out to me a couple of days ago. We were watching Lion King. Somehow the Disney Lion King came on, and the guy was like, "What do you want me to dress in drag and do the whole?" I even thought that was a little inappropriate. The joke was anyway, but you shouldn't have kids at a drag show. I think the theater that was doing this in Southern Pines decided to have an age limit and not let young people in there. So at least there's that. But about an hour into this drag show, there's an assault on a couple of power substations. And I'm going to share my screen, the story that's being reported right now. And I'm just going to go to the pilot. I know some folks that live in Moore County are not big fans of the pilot, but I wanted to get something local to do this. Apparently, there's my homeboy, Sheriff Ronnie Fields up there with Roy Cooper. So let's read this. Let's go through this. The federal, state, and local authorities on Monday, that's today, said they were continuing to press their investigation into Saturday night's attack on two power transmission substations, one in Carthage and one in West End. Violence and sabotage will not be tolerated, said Roy Cooper, who spoke Monday afternoon at the Rick Ryan Public Safety Center in Carthage after meeting with authorities. His comments came shortly before the 34,700 homes and businesses in Moore County, or about 54% of the county's electric customers, entered their third consecutive night without power. While Duke Energy has made some progress restoring service, most affected residents may not regain power until later this week. Last I heard, we're talking Wednesday, Thursday. Helping the vulnerable people in places where they live, including adult care homes, is a priority. Roy Cooper said of the state's response to the blackout, making sure that people are warm as the night approaches, making sure people are cared for, making sure that critical services at hospitals and law enforcement and emergency management services are supported and available is all crucial. Now, I don't agree with Roy Cooper about very much, but I agree with him on that, ensuring that people are not dealing with unnecessary cold and the hospitals and everything. But one thing I do want to say about this is I don't think any conservative wants to see or any Republican or anybody in Moore County, at least the people that I know there, none of those folks are interested in having old folks or at-risk people, without power. It's insanity. As I look at some of the comments on Facebook around this particular issue, I hear people saying, y'all Republicans did this, and they're accusing people of doing that. Well, I don't know any conservatives just to protest a drag show that would put children and elderly and sick people without electricity and without heat and without warmth and unable to charge their cell phones to contact their loved ones. So I don't think this was done by conservatives, by Republicans. I just don't. But again, these people are investigating. The state's involved. I think the federal government's going to probably get involved. And I know Sheriff Fields and some of the folks down there in Moore County. Shouts out to Moore County for showing us all the love that you do. But our hearts are with you for those that need, are dealing without power. And look, I even talked to a business owner. Shouts out to Luke at the Marketplace Restaurant, y'all. And people got to think about this, man. If you're saying Republicans did this just to stop a drag show, what you also got to say is Republicans would hurt their own businesses. Somebody like Luke, who doesn't have backup generators, he's about to lose thousands of dollars in food inventory at his restaurant because of days without power. So it's something to think about. It's something to really consider. Whoever did it needs to go to jail. I'm going to just say that. Whoever did it, I hope they find them, and I hope they throw them under the jail. I don't care what political party they're under. And I also don't think that this action was God's way of shutting down the party. I don't think God would put people into a position to have to suffer to shut down this party. Innocent people that didn't have anything to do with it. And from what I understand, the drag show had been going on for about an hour. Now, I'm not a fan at all of drag shows. I don't see the point in dudes dressing up like chicks, and it doesn't excite me. But, I think people need to understand, if you're going to protest an event, that's the way you do it. I'm not a fan of these people shooting up gay bars. I'm not a fan of people, disrespecting somebody who practices a lifestyle you may not necessarily agree with. I don't think shooting these people or shooting up power stations or doing any of that is the way to get your point across. So again, power is still down to a little over half of Moore County. We're urban conservative folks. We're praying for you. We're hoping everything gets fixed. We're here on Wednesday, possibly Thursday, for the power to get back on. In the meantime, we're going to jump over and talk about a little something that's important. I know folks have saw the Alex Jones interview with Kanye West, and bruh's out here looking like a whole live gimp out of Pulp Fiction right now. I've never been a fan. I don't understand this. I'm going to wear the sadomasochistic mask, right, in public like it's a fashion statement. And then here's the other thing. For all of you conservatives that are on the Kanye bandwagon, he's still rocking Balenciaga. After the Trump dinner, he still had the Balenciaga boots on. And for y'all that are spreading this stuff online about what Balenciaga means and how that's a pagan thing, saying Baal is Lord and all this other stuff, and then simultaneously celebrating Kanye West while he's still wearing the child pedophile boots, right? He's still wearing the nasty freak people boots. Y'all got to snap out of this confusion, man. And then the second thing is this. I mean, look, I totally understand being right about some things, but being right about a couple of things don't make you right about everything. You could be a genius at running a company. You could be a genius at selling bullets. You could be a genius at selling fritters, right? But that doesn't make you a genius at everything. You could make a bajillion dollars selling a product or being a rapper or being an entrepreneur. That doesn't give you political kudos all of a sudden. You're not the extreme know-it-all when it comes to politics. So while Kanye might be right about a couple of things here and there, he's not right about everything. And I don't think we should be putting people like him on a pedestal. I said this the other day, and y'all jump in the comments, let me know. I could be wrong. But I have a feeling like when I turn 55, 60, I'm going to be watching TV or something, and there's going to be a story about former billionaire Kanye West located under a bridge murmuring to himself. Like, I have a feeling Kanye is going to end up that dude. Like, he had it all and threw it away. He has some legitimate points, right? And we're not going to act like, okay, I'm not trying to get in trouble, but I'm going to just speak the truth here. Are we going to act like a vast majority of these executives in Hollywood are not Jewish people? Are we seriously going to act like we don't know that that's a thing? We on this show have even pointed out who Sumner Redstone is, right? Who some of these people are. But you can't make a blanket statement to say all Jews because these group of people did this. That ain't the same thing. And I think that's the mistake that Kanye's making, man. You can't lump all Jewish people are into some conspiracy, right? And I think when he went on to Tim Roth or whatever the dude's podcast is, instead of having an intellectual conversation and dealing with the nuance of the subject and saying, no, I'm not talking about all Jews, but we're not going to argue it's not up for debate who's in charge of the companies. So I think that's the mistake that Kanye made. I think he exacerbated the mistake by saying there was some value that Hitler brought to the world. I don't get that part. I just might be me. I'm not really on board with the whole Hitler did something of value thing. I don't care that you invented a highway. I don't care that you wrote a book. I think I'll put it this way. I saw somebody, I don't know who it was, and they were talking about how good of an orator Hitler was, right? And this person was giving Hitler props because he was a good orator, right? And to say, well, Hitler was awesome in his oration, his oratory skills. Well, yeah, sure. That doesn't mean Hitler himself was awesome, but a person who could talk like that. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm saying that there's a place and a way, I think, to have a very intellectual conversation about Hitler and some of the things he did, but I don't think Kanye pulled that off. And the other thing is, pulling out the net and the Yahoo, that was kind of funny, but I also realize what like y'all can make the argument Kanye West is important to the culture. How? He made some songs. He made some music. Okay. Important to what culture? To hip hop culture or to American culture? Because the vast majority of people in America are not rocking Balenciaga. They weren't rocking Yeezys. The average American can't even afford a freaking pair of Yeezys, right? Then Kanye talks about, oh, well, I'm building communities and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And that's great. And that's fine and well. But if you're still rocking the Satanist pedophile people boots, right? You're still pulling up to Alex Jones with the gimp from Pulp Fiction mask on over there, looking all S&M bondaged up. I mean, and then last thing I'll say about this Kanye thing before I jump off of this, man, is how are you going to end up going to Trump's house, right? Going to Mar-a-Lago and asking Trump to be your vice president. That's what made me realize homeboy done bumped his damn head. That's what made me realize he ain't wrapped too tight. Kanye might have ran for president, but Trump was an actual U.S. president who actually had policy impact. We name the policy that Kanye's impacted. I'll wait. There is no policy that Kanye impacted. So we ain't even going to get on to that. Real quick, I got to give a big shout out. I'm looking here. I got a couple of things that popped up, but I want to give a big shout out to our good friend Paul Newton, the new North Carolina State Senate Majority Leader. Salute. Congratulations. Big up to Kevin Crutchfield, Representative Kevin Crutchfield. Big up to Dr. Kristen Baker, our good friend Nick Lalo. There's just so many good people have passed through here, come on the show that are now in office, and we want to thank those folks for that. We've got new leadership in the GOP in Raleigh, up in Republican leadership up there, and I think we're going to do the right thing by North Carolinians. So big ups to Paul Newton. Shouts out for becoming a show sponsor and supporting what we do here at the Urban Conservative. Real quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come right on back.
TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Shouts out to the brother Stuart McCain over at Millennium 24 TV. We got some wonderful things popping. Wait till y'all see the next season of the Urban Conservative. I ain't even gonna blow it. I'm gonna wait till Raheem gets on back. But yo, big up. I gotta talk about this real quick, and I think it's something that I don't know. Hey, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know if this is doing too much. But this whole idea that Trump was talking about suspending the Constitution over the 2020 race and what Elon Musk had to say. I'm very curious, ladies and gentlemen. First off, let us know where you're watching from. Second thing is, do you think Trump's statement about suspending the Constitution, the rules, over the information that Elon Musk released from Twitter is appropriate? Should we be suspending the Constitution? I mean, ultimately, things were not done above board. We're all going to that's not even up for debate. We saw the people putting the ballots in the bins. We saw ballots by, we saw all of that stuff. We're not going to unsee that. But do you think Trump went too far with saying we should suspend the Constitution, hold the 2020 election over, or do we just go ahead and deal with what's on the horizon for 2024? I'm curious. We're curious. We want to know what you guys think. So definitely get in the comments. Let us know if Trump should let it go. Was he right? Do we suspend the Constitution, or do we go ahead and move forward and talk about what we're going to do in 2024? Here in North Carolina, we've already got a great U.S. Senator in Ted Budd. So we know over the next 6 years, Ted Budd's going to do the right thing by us. We've got a governor's race here in 2024 with Roy Cooper, who is no longer constitutionally able to run for governor. And then we've got obviously a president's race and so many things across the state, but across the country, should we be suspending the Constitution? I want y'all to get in the comments. Let us know what you think. We'll talk about them and pull up your comments next Monday when Raheem's back from Disney, and we'll be right here on the Urban Conservative. So make sure you come back next Monday. Hit that little like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live so you can keep up with us, and make sure you're here for the Urban Conservative. We want to know what you think. Was Trump right? Do we do the 2020 election over, or do we go ahead and move forward and deal with 2024? So that's all I got for tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a quick one. Like I said, Raheem's down in Disney having a good time. So shouts out to him and Heather and the whole fam. And we hope that you're going to join us on Monday, next coming Monday. We're going to have some special guests on the show to talk about all this stuff. Again, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers with all the people in Moore County who are down right now without power. So make sure you jump on over to tuconservative.com, get yourself a membership, get yourself hooked up. If you want to sponsor the show or sponsor the platform, TU Conservative gmail.com is the way to do that. For my twin brother, Raheem Architect Soto, I'm Abdul Ali. You've been checking out the Urban Conservative Podcast this Monday night. We'll catch y'all next week.